And we take you straight across to Kolkata, where the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is holding a protest against the rising prices and the crisis owing to LPG, CNG that the country is facing right now due to the West Asia conflict. The impact is felt here in India, and that is the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee leading and spearheading that protest march against the LPG and the CNG crisis. Remember, while the central government has maintained it's important for the state governments to play their due role as far as a crackdown on black marketing and hoarding is concerned, it is the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee who is leading this massive protest, accusing the government of lack of preparation, which has led to severe crisis and shortage that is being felt both in the domestic and commercial sectors. Remember, there have been a long winding queues witnessed at several parts of India, where people have been standing in lines for long hours waiting to get a refill or waiting to secure an LPG cylinder to take it back home. Several businesses, especially the hospitality and restaurant sector, have all been impacted. But this is Mamata Banerjee, who prides herself being a street fighter, has once again taken to streets against the government on the issue of the LPG crisis that is being faced by the country. Remember, the LPG and the CNG shortage is owing to the West Asia conflict, but this optics plays out well for Mamata Banerjee, especially ahead of the elections. Remember, the West Bengal election dates have already been announced, and soon after that, we see Mamata Banerjee using this opportunity to attack the government as far as the LPG and the CNG crisis is concerned. She is targeting and training her guns against the government to say that why wasn't the government better prepared to meet the demand as far as the LPG and CNG is concerned. Mamata Banerjee has once again taken the cudgel against the government. This is going to have an impact as far as the elections are concerned. This could very well become an agenda, a plank on which the TMC, Trinamool Congress, would be placing their campaign on. Mamata Banerjee, flanked by several of the TMC top leaders, MPs and Karyakartas, all of them on foot marching behind Mamata Banerjee. Several MLAs, legislators, all of them. Mamata Banerjee over there with folded hands, waving at the onlookers who have lined up. Remember that the shortage as far as the LPG and the CNG is concerned, it's hitting homes. Every single individual, you and I, are all being impacted by the shortage or the crisis, even though the central government just held an interdepartmental, an interministerial press conference to assure the citizen of the country that there is no shortage as such, and they have set up control rooms. They have also been carrying out periodic raids to check the hoarding and black marketing that is taking place. But a lot of the responsibility also ought to be shouldered by the state governments to ensure that there is a crackdown as far as black marketing and hoarding is concerned. But that is the TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee and the West Bengal Chief Minister taking to streets, walking on foot, leading that entire protest march against the government as far as the LPG crisis is concerned, to send across a message that she is standing with all those people who are being impacted by the crisis, and that the government perhaps could have prepared better to mitigate the shortage or meet the demand that was bound to come up if there was an LPG crisis that was hitting India as well. Well, remember, Mamata Banerjee's Mamati Manush slogan is where she is standing with all those homemakers, the women homemakers who are right now being impacted by the LPG and the CNG crisis. The TMC, remember, slams a center over the crisis, and it is the West Bengal Chief Minister who's protesting against the price hike. Not only is there a severe shortage or a crisis of the LPG, is the prices at which the refill of a single kg is being carried out are all inflated rates that is impacting the common man. And this is being sent across as a message. These optics are going to work for the TMC. She's sending across a message to the centre, to the BJP NDA government, that while the government is maintaining that they are well stocked, assuring the people of the country that there is no severe shortage per se, it is Mamata Banerjee who is walking on foot on the streets of Kolkata to send across a message that she's standing by all those homemakers who have been impacted by the crisis looming large across the country. It's not just West Bengal. The crisis is palpable, whether it is Mumbai, whether it is Delhi, Bhopal, all the several other states. We have been getting reports about them, but this is Mamata Banerjee's way of carrying out politics. She has jumped to this opportunity to use it to her advantage. This is right ahead of the West Bengal elections, and she's going to make this a plank on which she's going to hit across as the central government as far as the LPG crisis is concerned. My colleague Sabyasachi is also joining me right now. Sabyasachi, trust Mamata Banerjee to use this opportunity to train her guns against the government. She is not only protesting against the LPG and the CNG crisis, spearheading this protest with the women at large, the homemakers. It's been a pocket pinch for everyone. It's impacting the commercial and domestic households as well. But she's going to use this ahead of the election to their advantage.
Because the Trinamool Congress now hitting on the street with TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee leading the entire Trinamool Congress. Now, the TMC is very much clear that whether it is the LPG, it is a public issue, and several people across the country are suffering because of the LPG crisis, and that is the reason why the Trinamool Congress decided to hit on the street and protest against the LPG crisis. And the messaging from Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and the Trinamool Congress is also very much clear that it is one of the agenda that they are going to raise in the upcoming West Bengal polls. And yesterday the dates for West Bengal polls have been announced, and today Mamata Banerjee decides to carry out this rally. So when you talk about theatrics, there is no one as good as Mamata Banerjee, whether it is carrying out the protest against the SIR on the same spot where she carried out protest against the left regime and ended the 34 years of CPIM rule in the state of West Bengal. So Mamata Banerjee leading from front, and definitely this is going to be one of the important agendas as far as the Trinamool Congress is concerned. See, Trinamool Congress also understands that on the other hand, the BJP does not have a proper face. The polls that they are fighting in the state of West Bengal is on the face of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So clearly the Trinamool Congress knows that as of now the advantage lies with the Trinamool Congress, the popularity lies with Mamata Banerjee, and that is the reason why she has decided to hit on the streets today and carry out this massive rally along with the Trinamool Congress MPs and the MLAs. In fact, she has also instructed the Trinamool Congress MPs inside in the parliament to carry out a demonstration against the LPG crisis till the end of the budget session.
Mr. Sabyasachi, as far as the BJP is concerned, is the BJP not on a back foot? There is going to be no counter from the BJP as far as these visuals that we are playing out on our screens are concerned, where Mamata Banerjee is walking on the streets of Kolkata, flanked by women, flanked by people at large, all of them who have been impacted not only by the shortage of the LPG, but the rising and inflated prices at which the LPG and the CNG is now being available. It's bound to be a pocket pinch. It is a month of Ramzan. Eid is around the corner, and West Bengal elections are also around the corner. What is the BJP's counter or an answer to what we are playing out on our screens right now? Are they on a back foot?
Well, definitely, Samia. See, the BJP is on the back foot, and in fact, the BJP have acknowledged that it was a masterstroke by Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee that on Sunday, just a few minutes before the SOPs where the Model Code of Conduct was implemented, right before that, she implemented two major announcements by the state government, whether it is the government employees as well as the Purohits ahead of the announcement of the assembly polls in the state, where the Chief Minister announced the payment of DNS allowance, arrears was under the ROPA 2009, that is the revision of pay and allowance rules 2009 from March 2026, and the announcement comes after an order by the Supreme Court. So clearly this was a masterstroke by the Trinamool Congress, and somewhere the BJP top leadership also was taken by surprise, and that is the reason why 2 days after Samik Bhattacharya, the state president of the Bharatiya Janata Party, had to give a reaction, because it is somewhere difficult for the Bharatiya Janata Party right now to tackle Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and you can see the amount of people who have gathered here on the street and extended their support to Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Remember, the Trinamool Congress have been raising the LPG shortage from the day one, whether it is inside the parliament or outside the parliament, and they know the fact, and they have been saying openly that BJP this time around, for them it will be also difficult to secure 77 seats. So somewhere there are certain internal rift as far as the BJP is concerned, and obviously one major thing which causing a lot of trouble for the BJP is no proper face is present to take heads on against Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee.
As far as the use of optics is concerned, nobody does it better than Mamata Banerjee. Last West Bengal elections, Sabisachi, I'm sure you remember how Mamata Banerjee had one leg in a cast, and she campaigned with that. She was sitting on a wheelchair, and those visuals are fresh in the memories of all the voters and people at large, where she, in a similar situation, was being wheeled while the protest was taking place. This time around,